I just want to welcome all the blabbers. And if you're watching from Periscope, hello. And this is also going to be on the Standout Online Show podcast. There'll be a replay of this as well. So we want to welcome you all today. And like Heidi was explaining before that, this is all about masterminding. And today we want to solve your biggest problems by having you jump in the hot seat. So we want to know what your biggest business problems are. And we can all mastermind because like Heidi was explaining, we've been doing a weekly mastermind and it's been fantastic. Everybody gives such great feedback to each other, and it's a lot of fun, and it's just great. Like, what was Napoleon Hill's quote about masterminding, about how the greater mind, when there's one or more people, working together? I don't know the exact quote, but how it's just so much more powerful when you have a group of people talking about a specific topic. So I see we've got...
I have the quote.
Oh, you do? Okay, read us the quote.
Yeah. No man can become a permanent success without taking others along with him. And I think that's just one of the many quotes that Napoleon Hill has said about the whole process of working together, that third mind, that collaborating with other people to create synergy and success within your own organizations and your life.
Right. And that's the third mind. And I love that. And that's very powerful. So if you guys want to just click on the little tell a little bird button over here to tell everybody that we are here and we're on, and we have somebody here who'd like to join us. So let me click on, and this is Maytar. Okay. Let me click on and allow Maytar on. Uh-oh. Maytar looks a little strange. Okay. Interesting.
Love that.
I think, let's kick him out. Okay. All right. That's okay, our first blab guest, and that was weird. Let me see how our Periscope people are doing here. Periscope people, you can give us hearts if you like what we're saying. Blabbers, you can hit the little button here with the little clapping hands, and of course, click this little tell a little bird, and please follow us. We're going to go back and we'll follow you as well. So if you can hover over any of the little icons that you see on top and you can follow people. So would anybody else like to jump into the hot seat and tell us what your biggest business problem is? And just jump in and I'll click you on and you'll be on camera. Or if you want to type it in on the side here. Oh, Small Biz Junkie, thank you for sharing. So who's brave here? Who wants to jump in the hot seat? Nobody. Okay, so Heidi, let's mastermind with the group about what do you think, Heidi, is the biggest business problem?
Oh my gosh. Well, obviously time management is a huge issue. Getting yourself, organized for success. And part of that is, a big time management issue. I think that's something that we've seen over and over in our masterminds, people talking about, well, how do you do everything you do? And how do you find the time? And, we talk a lot about it, systems and how you create systems and how they are going to help you manage your time and manage your business, manage your day. And the big companies, like all direct sales companies, have a system. They have a proven system for success. And big companies, franchises, if you study franchises or direct sales, are two of the best models for systems and how they manage their businesses to grow. And if you're interested in growing your business, whether it be growing your business by yourself or with a team, those are two types of business models to really look at and pay attention to. How about you, Christina?
Yeah, I would say definitely time management is huge. People get distracted constantly. I'm looking down here at the comments, and Small Biz Junkie says that she doesn't have a mic or a camera, but looking for a JV partner. And that's a problem. That's a good thing to do, to JV and partner up like Heidi and I are doing. It's great when you work with a partner. But back to what you were saying, Heidi, about systems and time management. The distraction, especially social media. You go on to do something and then all of a sudden you get caught in the vortex of Facebook and 2 hours have passed and now you're just, sucked in and you're like, where did the time go? And you're just, answering comments, and it's kind of dangerous. So you have to really have some discipline. So when you're on social media, like you write out a plan, you're going to be promoting something or interacting or engaging or sharing content, and stick to that plan. and try not to get sucked in. I mean, it happens to all of us, right, Heidi? You get sucked into those.
Oh yeah.
Those, you get on for one thing, and then the time just passes, and it's tough. But have a certain time of day where you're going, or maybe 2 times a day, where you're going to be sharing content on social media and engaging, and have a specific reason for doing that. Not just wandering or start getting caught into some of those games people play, like the Candy Crush or whatever other strange games are on Facebook. Yeah,
rants. I mean, you can sit there. If you read everything on your timeline, it does take a long time, especially if you have a lot of followers. I don't go on. Facebook's the one I probably stay away from. I only go there to post my clients' things, and I go there once a day and post a motivational thing. And I really try not to do much on Facebook until the end of the day, because I find it to be much more social. Although my pages and my groups are a little bit different. So when you're in groups and stuff, you're using them more for business. But a lot of people, like you said, get all caught up in the social aspect. And Facebook probably is the most social of all of them in terms of the personalities and the personal sharing and stuff that goes on. And so I try to spend more time on LinkedIn and Google Plus, because that's where the business is.
Right, exactly. And another one that's a time sucker is Periscope. Because when you start watching all the different Periscopes, and then time goes by and you just get sucked in, and it's a lot of fun. I love it. But yeah, that's another one. But LinkedIn, LinkedIn, you're spending time on there. This is for business. You're connecting with people. Heidi and I also teach a LinkedIn course, Leverage LinkedIn for Business Owners and Professionals. It's a live workshop, which we're going to have digital coming soon. And we get into the nitty gritty about, how to manage your time on LinkedIn and how to connect with people and convert connections into clients. So, LinkedIn is a good place to definitely, if you're looking for other business owners or professionals, that's the place to be. So I think, how many people here, if you want to write in, would you think that social media is one of your problems with business, that you don't know what to do, you're overwhelmed, you don't know where to spend your time? Does anybody want to jump in? We can talk about any business problems you have today. It doesn't have to be social media.
Well, since Small Business Junkie mentioned about looking for a JV partner, I'd like to find out what kind of partner that person is looking for. And I'm sorry, I don't know if you're a man or a woman, so I'm trying to be neutral here, and you can let us know. But we'd love to help, because I think a JV partnership is something, we're the perfect example. We do a lot of joint ventures. We don't have a business together per se, but we do a lot of joint ventures. We collaborate on a lot of different things because we have the personality for it. Christina is probably one of the smartest people I know, and I love working with her because we complement one another. We brainstorm well together. It's a lot of fun. And when you can find that person and that synergy, man, it's just magical. It makes your whole life so much easier. There's certain things she loves to do and certain things I love to do. And so we work on those things. And then we do the things we both love to do, which is the social media. So we can work on those things together. But she likes to set up the websites. I like to do the writing. So, she does. We both like to do both of them, but there are things that we're stronger at or prefer to do. And so I think it's just a good thing if you can find that person. So, Small Business Junkie, you want to take it from there and see what she says,
yes,
Christina?
She just wrote in. She owns 3 businesses, a consulting company, a magazine, and a conference program. And she's good at arrangements and behind the scenes stuff, but needs marketing help and the tech help. She works with micro businesses that are ready and hungry for growth. So I think, this is where if you have somebody who works with you that helps, like with Heidi, like she was just saying, like I enjoy, making the websites and building the sales letters and doing all that. And Heidi enjoys the writing. So it offsets each other on what I do what I like to do, she does what she likes to do. So that's a benefit of having a partner. Now, if you're talking like joint venture, where you're just basically, I think I take that more to mean you want somebody who you're going to give a commission to sell your products. That's like the typical joint venturing definition. So with that, that's just going to be for sales. But from what you're saying is you really could use somebody who could help you more on the tech end and partner up and have a business partner that you work with, like me and Heidi do. That's not somebody who's, own a business together. A lot of people who do this, you just make up an agreement that you're going to share the profits after expenses, and, you work together, so finding somebody like that like we and Heidi, it's great. It really makes life easier. I rather do a project with Heidi than do it by myself. It's no fun, because Heidi's wonderful. She's the best partner ever to work with. And like when I have an idea or something's done, I can send her an email and get her feedback. And it's just so much more satisfying. When you do it yourself, there's like nobody to give you that feedback. So when you're working with somebody, especially when you work from home, like I think a lot of us here probably do, it gets lonely. You're in the front of the computer all the time. So to have that feedback and work with somebody is really great. So just looking at some of the comments here, 50% of revenues, right? That's, usually joint ventures are, for most internet marketing programs, it's going to be 50% split. Most people are used to that. Sometimes it's a little less, but most people want that. And she says, I know what I don't know and don't like trying to do. Okay.
Smart.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I'll give you a good example. Christina sets up all the behind the scenes tech stuff, and then she says, here, let's do this. And I just join in. Now, could I do it? Yeah, but it's going to take me a little longer to learn because she does the tech more than, like, the Periscope took me a little while to get the hang of it, but now I've done 7 of them. So I guess, it's a matter of getting comfortable with the space. And you're so right, Christina. I mean, I don't know what I would do if I didn't have you to bounce ideas off of and share ideas and just, plus the fact that when you collaborate, now your circle of influence is at least double, so that's the other thing, because when we do promotions together, we're promoting to both of our lists. So, if we do a LinkedIn conference, for instance, we can have 40 people in the room. It's much easier for both of us to market and get 40 people than one of us to do it, because it's a higher dollar amount item. And so, maybe people aren't going to spend the $97 or whatever it is to attend. But between the two of us, we've always filled the room. So I think that's one of the things. Plus, now that we've built our credibility as business partners in that sense, people look forward to coming to our events because they know they're going to get a lot of top quality, good information, very little or no fluff. We try to build the relationships and give lots of good information. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, it's really true though. And you're probably wondering, well, okay, how do I find, somebody who's, and you want to find, like Heidi said, somebody who is equal to you as far as, if you have a list, you want them to have a list. Sometimes relationships can be warped one way. I've had business relationships partners in the past where, I winded up doing all the work and the other person didn't. So that's not fun. Yeah, it's not fun. So Heidi and we have a balance and we both are equal partners, which is great. So sometimes you may have to try out a few different people before something really clicks. But the best way is, we don't know, Small Biz Junkie, you're in, okay, so you have a magazine, you have all different stuff. Find people mutual to the niche you're in, to partner up with and see, you make sure your personalities click, number one. But you could have multiple partners for different types of, you have different projects going on for different projects as well. But it really does make life a lot easier. Let me see, she wrote, that's what I just found myself in. I need someone that's willing to work, not finding one. That's a problem. Where do you look? Where do you look? I mean, social media is a good place to reach out, especially LinkedIn. Check the person out ahead of time, see what their website's like, see what they're doing. Heidi and I, we've known each other for years, but we're both in South Florida, so we're both local, and we've had mutual friends and mutual, there are a niche down here of women's events. We've been doing events for many years. So, I've known her for many years, so we were able to, just collaborate from that. So look into your own local, like networking and people that that are doing something similar. You're not necessarily competing, but actually Heidi and I do a lot of the same stuff. So we could say, oh well, you can
we have a different market though. So I think we cater to a little different market. Do we have some overlap? Sure, and that's okay. That's fine. Because I would rather give up something and have a really good event, even if it's the same, we're marketing to the exact same people. But most, we do have a little overlap. And Christina, you're absolutely right. Look in your current circles. Who's showing up the most? Sometimes your biggest fans can be great collaborators. So like I consider myself one of Christina's raving fans. And so when we started talking about doing stuff together, and it was just kind of a natural evolution. And it wasn't anything we just said, oh, we're going to partner. So sometimes it just kind of happens. I think, you don't have anyone that fits the bill. I'm in Amish country where people don't even have email, let alone anything. Wow. So then you have to look on the internet basically for the kind of help you're looking for. And I would say, maybe, start small, just start putting some feelers out there. If you'd rather have a JV partner than maybe work with someone like from Upwork or Fiverr or something where you can get some inexpensive help, then and you want to have a JV partner, start looking at the people who are marketing to you, because you'll see a lot of them are affiliates. They're marketing other people's stuff, and, reach out to them, say, hey, I'm doing this project. Would you be interested in maybe collaborating with me? And maybe just do a one-time thing to see. I've done that with a few people. I've worked with Felicia Slattery. I've worked with Kathleen Gage. Christina and I both have. We've done affiliate marketing with a few other people to see, how it works. And for the most part, it works good. It's just, for us, it's great because we're local and we can work together. If we want to meet for coffee, we can. So that just seems to work for us. But you can certainly do all of this online. Today, it's like you have access to everybody. It's just a matter of, putting the word out in the right places. Maybe find some forums in the environment that you're in. There's got to be magazine forums. You said you have a magazine. Conference forums, association forums. There's just got to be tons of them. I know there's a lot of great groups on LinkedIn that have tech people, I don't know. Christina, what do you think?
No, I agree with everything that you're saying. It's there's a lot of places online, and also, joining a mastermind is a really, really great way to meet other people, that you're either, you said locals, that you're in Amish country, so they don't have email. So that's a little difficult. But online, you joining an online mastermind, it's a great way to get to know the same people, or Facebook groups, the same people that are posting, getting to know them. It's so easy. I mean, when I started on internet marketing in 2006, I had met so many people just on, and believe it or not, back then online. It's what Facebook was launched when, 2007. But by 2007, I met a lot of people on Facebook, people I have never even met to this day in person. I did teleseminars with, I did online events with, that I feel like I know them, but we never even met in person. So it's really, nowadays, technology is so great that, you could do virtual conferences like this. We both like zoom.us for private conferences. If you want to do something private just like this and have the professional, I think, plan is like $10 a month, and you get up to 25 people, just like this, So we do our masterminds using that technology, which is great. And there's another plan. I forgot how much, it may be $50 a month, and you could have like over 100 people at once, virtual conferencing, which is really, really cool. So that's zoom.us. Heidi and I both like, it's a very reliable system. You get the recording after. So if you want to create an event with somebody, you can do that. You can use, a company like that, like Zoom, and, invite people to it, and, create a product first to test out how you like working with that person, and then take.
Oh, absolutely. In fact, the nice thing about Zoom is everything gets recorded so that you can have replays for it. You can turn it into a product if you want. We've done that with a couple of our Zooms. I want to talk a little bit about the mastermind, since she mentioned about she's involved, runs a mastermind. One of the things about a mastermind that I love is the fact that it's kind of a natural way for people to promote you. Because when you're in a mastermind, it becomes almost like a tribe. It is a tribe. It's like a family. And each person wants to help the other person succeed. So it's a little different than social media, where you're in a group or you're on a forum or something, where you're there probably more for yourself. And yeah, you might see a couple people that are doing things and you'll say, hey, let me help you. But when you're in a mastermind, you become this close-knit group of people, and you see the same people over and over again. You watch them evolve, and you say, oh my gosh, I want to help. And when they ask you for help, you want to help, because you know that they're going to return the favor. And even if they don't, that's not what you're doing it for most of the time. But most of the time in a mastermind, I've been in 12 masterminds. I've been in a few that have had book writing, and I've had people who have been at different stages of writing books, and they've helped me get through those stages, help find publishers, help do so many things. I've been in business masterminds where everybody's had different challenges, and some of us have had the experience and know the answers. And so you're helping each other, because it's that collaboration of the mind that we all come to this with something to give, and we all come to it needing something. So I think that that's the beauty of the mastermind. So I'm happy, Small Biz Junkie, that you're in a mastermind, and please do check ours out, because right now we have a really good special on it for, I think it's $37 a month, Christina?
Right. And that,
not that we're trying to promote it, but what the heck?
it's only $37 a month right now. No, it's for the first 25 people who join. We haven't officially even released it yet, but it's normally going to be $97 a month, but you'd be grandfathered in at $37, and it's going to have its own private Facebook group, and we're going to do weekly how-to discussions. We're going to really go in depth, teaching you, how to do all the different things in business that you need to do, especially social media. We have a lot of different topics on the website. I think there's over 60. And we're going to have recordings of that. And we're also going to open it up and have a hot seat and mastermind and let people jump in and, talk about that particular issue of the week, whether it's from productivity, time management, social media, Heidi mentioned creating systems in your business. Huge. I mean, I love the slogan, the system is the solution, right? And it's true. All big businesses they run on systems, but often us, smaller business owners, we don't have systems in place. And that's the problem. That becomes a huge problem. So having those systems in place, it's going to be a huge part of our mastermind, is having everybody get super organized and be able to, implement those in their own businesses. So Small Biz Junkie also says Uber conference is good. Too. Okay. Uber conference is great. I love Uber conference for doing podcasts and interviewing somebody that this quality is really good, for sound, and they're very easy to use. Where do I, okay, you've got it. Heidi just put in the link. Actually, that's not the link, Heidi.
Oh, it's Business Mastery. Oh,
yeah, no virtual in there. All these links to different websites. It's crazy. So guys, thank you, Lakeland parents, for following me. Just click on the little person, that you can check. And then later we're going to go and we're going to follow everybody back and build our tribe here on Blab. And, we do follow back. I like to follow people back. I know some people don't, but Heidi, you follow back too, right? You're on Blab?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I haven't even done my first Blab yet, and I got 133 followers. I'm going, how did that happen?
Well, you know why? Because Blab is integrated with Twitter. So anybody who's on Blab that is also on Twitter, you're going to automatically be following each other. So Heidi has 29,000 people, but isn't that interesting how new Blab is that only 113 of 29,000 are actually of your followers are on this platform right now?
Well, I haven't even promoted it yet. I actually just set up my first show today for Friday. So I haven't even told people I'm on it. And then I just signed up a couple weeks ago just so that I could make sure I was ready for this. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And I already have, so they're finding you. So, once you sign up.
Well, that's from Twitter though. That's from Twitter. The one most likely you're going to have your Twitter followers automatically. You're going to see you following more people too. You'll wonder, why I didn't click on that person's name. How am I following them? It's because that you follow them on Twitter. So it works together. So the more Twitter people you have, the better, faster you'll be able to, get people, up here on Blab too. But I was saying, it's just interesting that this is so new that there's not that many people on here yet. And, the beginning now's the time to be building and promoting yourself here. And Periscope. I don't want to forget about our Periscope viewers, because we love Periscope. So Periscope viewers, if you like what we're talking about, please give us some hearts. And for our blabbers, give us some hands up, clapping. I guess. We don't have many, Heidi. I don't know if we're doing too good. Oh, thank you. We have 7. Okay, there we go. And also,
so click on those little hands. Oh, you're only allowed to do it once? Is that
you can that click and click and click and click? It's just like hearts on Periscope. There you go. See? I'll have to give each other. Oh, isn't this pathetic? We have to give each other.
But you know what? They only go with this show, so it's not like accumulated like hearts that accumulate on Periscope. it's just it's the claps for each show. So then you start from scratch with the next show so be sure and clap if you're having a good time. Because
we want to get somebody in our hot seat. Does anybody out there? There's 36 people here. Jump into our hot seat here and to tell us what your biggest problem is, your business problem is right now. Or if you don't want to jump into the hot seat, you can just type it in the comments and we'll read it like we did with Small Biz Junkie. So I'm just looking up here. Everybody's really quiet today. But if you don't feel like being on camera, I know sometimes I watch these and, like you have no makeup on and your hair is a mess. And they're like, oh, they see your name. And they're like, hello, Christina, come on under the camera. I'm like, no, no, I don't want to. I look terrible. Here, Lakeland parents starting a new online community and looking to learn how to make revenue from it. Okay, that's great. So you're going to do an online community. What is the topic, Lakeland parents? What are you teaching in your community or talking about?
Yes. What is the focus of the community?
Okay.
The community events.
Community and events for families. Okay. Obviously you're in Lakeland, so that's going to be the focus. Do you have a platform yet where you're going to put this using a membership site format or plugin or community? Okay. Connecting families and community. Okay. So to make a revenue from it, you would want to have a membership plugin. There's a lot of different ones you can use, like Wishlist, or if you use Optimize Press for your website, they have their own members plugin that you can put on your WordPress website where people have to log in and it protects the content. Heidi, there's a whole bunch of different ones.
Well, I use Wishlist. There's WM2. There's Member2. There's S Member something. I mean, there's a lot of free ones that work fine when you're first starting out. And Christina knows the best directory to have because she's got a great directory.
I have a directory and I use Vantage. Vantage is the theme I use. And the Vantage, what is I can't think, is that the full name of it, Heidi? I don't know. I can't actually click on this, but it's a directory. If you go to southfloridabusinessowners.com, it's a WordPress-based theme, the Vantage theme, and excuse me, I use that for my directory, and people log in, and it works really well. It's really pretty user-friendly to set up, and so they'll have to log in order to post, and they can list events. They can list. That's probably what you're looking for, is something like that.
That's a great,
Vantage theme in Google, and it'll come up. It's forget the main company. I got it. App Themes is the main company. They sell app themes, and then they sell the Vantage one, every one you can buy individually. They have different types of, business type of memberships that you can buy and it installs on WordPress, and it's very user friendly. I have a whole bunch of listings. If you look at southfloridabusinessowners.com, you'll see all the listings, how that's set up. But the Vantage theme is made for that, for people listing events and for listing their listings, business listings. And you can charge revenue. It integrates with PayPal. So you don't need another shopping cart, which is really, really good. It'll take payments for you. You set it up.
So you don't need WooCommerce or anything. It just integrates.
The Vantage theme does it. I have it set up both ways. I have to set up I use the Kickstart cart, which is one shopping cart, but I also have it set up. I optimized it for PayPal, integrated it. You just have to follow the instructions. They give you instructions how to do it. It's not that difficult. So people can click on, and they'll go right to PayPal, and you can charge them, right there from PayPal. You could even do recurring payments on PayPal as well. So it's really good.
That's a great way to monetize it if you have a need in your community. If on the other hand, there's a lot of online directories, you may have a challenge with it, because I know we have so many in South Florida. Christina has an amazing way to really promote it and give a lot of value to the people who join. So I think that you've been very successful with your directory, correct?
Oh, thank you. We have a lot of members, but see, I started off before I made the directory, and this will probably help you too, Lakeland parents. I had done the South Florida Business Owners networking group on Facebook. We now have over 12,000 members on Facebook. So it was an easy place to promote the actual directory. But for you, Lakeland is, what state is that? Is that in Lakeland? Where's Lakeland? Is that California?
Lakeland, Florida.
Oh, Florida, yeah. Well, Lakeland, what you do is start a Lakeland Facebook group first. and, and add to group members as many people, excuse me, that you're friends with, many parents, the Lakeland family, whatever you want to call it, family community. And those local little groups, those little micro groups for your town, I know I belong to several of them. I just moved from Weston, Florida. I belong to 2 of them over there. Now I'm in Boynton Beach and right near Delray. So I'm in those groups that they're very active with people. The smaller the group, sometimes the better, like more niche down. So you start one for Lakeland parents, you're going to get, promote it, get people in there into the Facebook group. Then you'll be able to sell them up on the directory more easily. So it's really good. Okay, there's actually only 3 to 4 specific to the area, but none directed to families. Florida already have. Oh, good. So you already have a Facebook group. Fantastic.
Excellent.
That's perfect. Those local groups are really great. I enjoy going into the local groups. Like I find with my big one, the 12,000 people, it's, a lot of people, it's just like a lot of people are just promoting their businesses, but like the ones I belong to that are small, little groups for the town, you get like the scoop on the town, what's going on, and who's complaining about what in the town and what's happening. And so that's great that you have that already. And it's going to be really easy for you to get people into the directory site. So
good question.
Thank you, Lakeland parents. Does anybody else have a question, a business problem that we want to solve today for you, that we want to help you mastermind with? We have like 38 people. And we would love to hear from you and see what your greatest business problems are right now.
Looks like we're getting a lot of people in the room. Chris, Strub, Monique, we've got a lot of people here. So if you have any questions or our challenges and you'd like to pick our brain for a little bit longer, we're more than happy to share our experiences. And with the people who are already in the room, maybe they might have some good feedback as well.
Well, Chris, hi, Chris, welcome. What we're talking about is we are talking about your biggest problem in your business, whatever that may be. If you want to jump into the seat or type it in, we're masterminding today with the group. And if anybody who's, commenting, if you want to jump in and help and you have ideas for the person, this is a mastermind. Okay, Chris is on a job search. What kind of business are you in, Chris? We'll wait for him to type it. Oh, there he is. Okay, let me get him in. We can talk. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to follow Chris too. And let me see if I can get him in the seat. There we go. Okay, here he goes. Oh, that's exciting.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, what's going on?
Hi, how are you today? Where are you at? What state are you in?
I live now in Greenville, South Carolina. What about you guys?
We're in South Florida. I'm in Boynton Beach, Florida, and Heidi's in Davie, Florida.
Oh, cool.
They're near Fort Lauderdale.
Is this a regular show you guys do, or are you guys just jumping on today?
Yes.
Well, we're going to do this every Tuesday at noon. So it's going to be a regular show where we're going to do the Business Mastermind show, we're calling it, where we're going to have people jump in and talk about what's going on. We'll do different topics, and we're going to bring on guests too. We have somebody coming on the 29th who's going to talk about your problems in sales. So it's pretty exciting. So, Chris, what do you do? What is your business? What kind of job are you looking to get?
This will sound cheesy, but I'm a big time social media marketer. I'm very, very much into the live streaming scene, sort of a Meerkat personality, if you will, on the Meerkat leaderboard. And I took a trip this summer to help nonprofit organizations around the country. So I'm sort of voluntarily unemployed, which is a little crazy these days. But yeah,
Are you looking for a job, or are you looking to build a business, Chris?
Yes, I am.
You sound like an entrepreneur more than an employee, right?
I went on a job interview this morning, thus the tie, although I would love to tell you guys that I dressed up just for you. But,
you could tell us.
I'm sort of deeply in debt, and it's not a secret at this point. So I kind of need a job to sort of get myself back on my feet, but I think I have the skill set and the determination to sort of do maybe something on my own in the future. But, it's not like I have an MBA or anything. So maybe I don't have all of the background preparation to launch something like that right off the bat. So,
are you looking for something virtual, Chris, or are you looking to go to a place every day and work?
I'm looking to work. I mean, for me, it doesn't matter too much. I don't mind putting on the.
Well, because I have I have a friend in New Jersey who I actually did a little work for just a short time. It wasn't for me because I'm too much of an entrepreneur, but he's building a huge social media company in the healthcare space. So he works a lot with the health, with, big hospitals and stuff. And he's always looking for freelancers. Now, whether it would turn into anything or not, but I'd be more than happy to introduce you to him. His name is Chaz Servino. Him and his partner, Tomas, I can't think of Tomas's last name. They're amazing young entrepreneurs, probably about your age, and they're building this business. They've already got their exit strategy because they're doing it the right way. When you're young, if you can build your business to sell, then you can build several businesses, and when you get a little older, then you're just building business. You're just building a business because you like working, I guess. At my age, I don't care if I sell or not. I'm enjoying what I'm doing, but you might want to connect with them. And I'm happy if you're on LinkedIn, connect with me and I'll be happy to introduce you to Chaz over there or something. Okay.
Sure. Yeah. I just, I told a little bird, so I'll track you down when I get out of here and find you. I'll be happy to add you on LinkedIn.
Great.
And
that's
any ideas?
I just want to say you got a nice comment here. Experts.com VIP says your online experience rocks and somebody should hire you for social media management. I agree. And another idea is, have you checked out Upwork to freelance?
Yes.
Putting yourself on Upwork. It used to be Elance, and it's called Upwork, and you can set your rate. Have what you want per hour and the type of skills you do, and people will hire you. There's a couple other things, new sites out. Coach.me is you can coach people in social media. Heidi, what are some of the other ones we were talking about recently for?
Well, I'm on Maven, and I've gotten some great leads for Maven. So Maven's one, and I'm on the other two as well. So yeah, I think those three are good. And definitely check out Upwork.
And don't even discount Fiverr, believe it or not. If you position on Fiverr yourself where you have big upsells, like it's, you have add-ons, there's people making a lot of money on Fiverr, but you can offer your skills on there too while you're waiting to get hired for, a permanent 40-hour-a-week job. You could be doing a lot of this type of freelance work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great way to get some cash influx while you're waiting until you get the right job. So I agree with Christina.
I like cash influx. I started, the route that I took was I started in Indiegogo, where I sort of offering my services and sort of trying to pitch it in a way that I'm trying to continue to help nonprofits. And that's why I'm sort of asking the community to help out with contributions that way. So I wouldn't be charging nonprofit organizations, because that's what my whole trip was about, visiting all these nonprofits. And for me, it just, I didn't feel right. It's not that I didn't feel right, but, these nonprofits don't have a lot of cash, to sort of distribute.
Oh, some of them do.
Some of them do.
The bigger ones do.
Well, yeah.
I work with a couple of them. I don't charge them as much. I don't charge them my regular fee, but I still, get a nice fee. But a lot of times it ends up with the referrals because their boards of directors are usually corporate people and the people who can hire me. So, getting on those kind of boards is always a good idea. I wanted to mention something and I totally forgot. So it'll come back to me, Christina, because I was going to talk about the nonprofits.
Yeah.
Well,
so that's
Heidi, let me ask you a question. You said someone your age, and I always like when people say your age. How old? You're looking at me now. How old do you think I am?
26.
28. 30?
Okay.
30.
Oh, 30. Okay, you're a baby.
You're still a baby.
That's good.
That's 26.
When I shave the beard off, it'll be 19 or 20.
Right, exactly.
You should have your own business, and you should be out there. You should be doing these blabs. You should be, promoting yourself. You should be on Periscope. Are you on Periscope?
I just finished a Periscope right before I joined this blab.
I have to follow you.
Only because I'm wearing the shirt and tie. I was like, I can't take this off and not do a meerkat and a Periscope first. Well, why don't I jump in the blabs while I look all professional like that? Because usually I'm just laying around in a T-shirt, just applying for jobs. But
when I put my makeup on is when I do the Periscopes. So sometimes I don't do them because I don't feel like wearing makeup.
Chris, are you sharing you repurposing your meerkats and your Periscopes and putting them on LinkedIn as a LinkedIn Pulse article? That might get you some attention, from people who
writing articles for me it's a time intensive. For everybody, I guess it's a time intensive process. And so for me, I've been focusing a lot of my time. Obviously, my goal is to be helping these nonprofits through the Indiegogo. But for me, I've been doing a lot of job applications, trying to identify jobs and writing cover letters. And, I really put a lot into writing cover letters, in terms of trying to explain why a job is good for me. Because I've been a hiring manager before, so I know how much the letter can make a difference. So, yeah, I get a lot of advice, being in this position, especially now with Blab and Meerkat and Periscope. And for me, trying to balance and make sure I'm doing, you said, and now I should have written it down already, the website.
Yeah, what I'm suggesting is not actually writing the article. What I was suggesting is what I do now with my Periscopes is what I'll do is once they're over, they save to your camera roll. I will drop it in a temp because usually I'm doing it still in the portrait mode, but landscape you wouldn't have to. You drop it into a template, that you make so that it's not the black sides, you put your information on the sides, and then I upload it. When I'm making the LinkedIn Pulse article, I'll just write the bullet points really quickly of what I spoke about and say, watch me on the Periscope. Today I discussed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'll put my little bio box. And I'll post the video embedded inside the LinkedIn article. So you can repurpose them. And if you're talking about doing one about non-for-profits or sharing social media tips, you're probably going to get on the radar. If you're connecting with potential people who want to hire you, they're going to be impressed with that when they look at your post, your post articles to see, wow, this guy is doing something most people aren't doing. He's really standing out. He's, producing these great LinkedIn Pulse articles. And the other thing is I would say, because LinkedIn's your best bet for finding the job, is just make sure your profile is completely optimized, that you're taking complete advantage on LinkedIn. You're having the extras in there where you jazzed up your profile, where you're adding photos and adding videos, where you can drop down and make sure that profile is really A+. Another quick tip, if there's a particular company that you're targeting that you may want to work at, this is one of the things I use. I have another company that I have a magazine, actually, Addiction 911 magazine. So I targeted a lot of addiction professionals. And what I did was on LinkedIn, I would find the company and I would connect with a lot of the people on there. And then when you want to connect with the CEO or the decision maker, they already see that you're connected to a lot of people in their company. So if you go on either on the phone, on LinkedIn, on the app, and you click on companies, follow the company, and then you can see what second-degree connections are already at that company. And then from the phone, click connect, and it'll allow you to connect with them.
Yeah, for me, I don't want to take up your whole day. If anybody else wants to jump in a seat, but for me, traveling around the country was sort of my big stab at networking. I understand and appreciate the importance of networking. So for me, I created an email list where I'm sending out weekly emails to all
Oh, wonderful.
people that I met this summer. One was a solicitation for the Indiegogo, and one was like, hey, if you know of any jobs, just let me know. So I feel like I'm probably pretty close to where I need to be. I feel like I'm doing a lot of the right things. I get a lot of LinkedIn advice, and I've gotten a lot of conflicting LinkedIn advice as well, that certain people say, do it this way. And then another expert will jump on and say, oh, well, you need to do this. And then I'm like, oh, well, okay. You got to sort of balance out what everybody is saying. And for me, what I love about platforms like this is I was on an interview this morning with one guy, but here I'm sitting in and there's 13 people watching, and who knows who's tuning in. Here I can sit here and talk about what I do and how I do things, and you never know when they're going to be watching. Like Keith in bed. What's up, Keith?
Hey, what's going on?
Hi, Keith. Hey, Keith, thanks for coming.
Nice to meet you. I actually met this guy, Chris Straub, in Boston. I'm from Boston. I met him at Hard Rock Cafe. He was going around the country this past summer. You
two are buddies. Wow.
Yeah, he was volunteering with youth organizations around the country. He did 50 states in 100 days.
Wow.
And
that's awesome.
Yeah.
I wanted to mention something about your Indiegogo. You're raising money. Do you have a maximum or the amount you need to raise, correct?
There's a maximum on there now, but I'm certainly not against raising more than that.
No. But what I mean by that is, here's one thing. I'm a member of the Inventors Society, and one of the speakers this weekend talked about how a lot of inventors are getting their inventions ideas funded to take, where they can get them patented and designed and everything. And one guy said that he took he didn't quite reach his goal, so he had somebody invest the difference in the money, because you don't get the money if you don't reach the whole amount. So I'm not sure if that's kosher or not. I don't know what the rules are, because I don't do crowdfunding. I have clients who do. But, if you get close, I think it's probably a smart idea to invest some of your own money if you're allowed to do that. And so you can get the funds, because if you're going to be doing the kind of work you're going to be doing, I think it's important that you make the money. So,
yeah. I think technically speaking, you're a little off. That there's two ways that you can launch a crowdfunding campaign. One of them is an all-in strategy where either you get it all or you don't, and then one of them is you get whatever you get. And the idea is, I think it's for the different layouts. Like if I was going to build a car or something, you would want to know that I was going to build a car if you were making a contribution. Whereas me, I'm just sort of trying to do my thing. So whatever contributions I get, I will get.
Is that on all the platforms, including? I'm only familiar with Kickstarter. I've never been on Indiegogo.
There's different ways that. Yeah. So Rick is saying in the comments, has that all or nothing rule. Other sites don't. So Indiegogo has that option, but it also has an option where you get whatever you raise.
Okay. That's what I thought. Okay, so that's what I meant. I guess when I was talking about Kickstarter then, because I didn't know what the other rules were. Well, thank you for answering my question.
I think, I definitely tell us, Chris, your website where people can reach you. If anybody's watching and they want to hire Chris for social media, I mean, sounds like a great guy. I mean, tell us where we can reach you, like your website.
My website is teamscrub.com. It should be in my profile. Maybe not. Maybe I gotta update my blab profile, I suppose. But yeah, it's teamstrub.com. I know a couple of my friends are in the room now too, so I just want to say hi to Joe and Nick, and obviously Keith is sitting here next to me. But, well, not here next to me, but the chair next to me.
So Keith, tell us a little bit about you, and say how Joe, Chris from you working with him, and do you do it in the same line of business?
Well, actually, I met Chris through Meerkat, the live streaming platform, and I became friends with him just watching his streams. He watched my streams, and then I found out that he was going to be in, I think, Lowell. Was it, Chris? When you
yeah, Keith, you're breaking up a little bit, but yeah, Lowell was where I was, and I took the train into Boston to meet up with Keith.
Yeah.
Wow. Met on social media, on live stream. So we had somebody earlier, I don't know if they're still here, talking about how to meet people to partner with. And there you go. You guys are a perfect example of meeting, on social media and becoming friends.
Right. Yeah. So anyway, can you hear me good?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay.
All I was going to say was I think Keith is a Patriots fan, so I don't know how close friends we can really be.
You're a Patriots fan. I grew up in New York, so I'm still a Jets fan, even though they lose all the time. But so we're a little mad at you Patriots because you know why. Cheating.
Well,
I'm getting all the Patriot fans mad at me now.
I'm a Dolphin fan. I'm a Dolphin fan, but my grandson loves the Patriots, and he lives in Florida. So I don't know where he got that idea for the Patriots, and please don't hold it against him. And I love the Dolphins, even though they've lost for so many years.
You become loyal, right?
Since
Are you
the
from
70s.
Boston, Keith? Is that why you love the Patriots?
Yes.
Oh, that's why. Okay, you guys are really, really loyal to the Patriots.
Well,
so they're a good team, though.
I mean, I'm a football fan, but I wouldn't say I'm like a hardcore, die-hard Patriots fan. I'm more like a baseball guy. But even with the Red Sox, I'm really not. I mean, I like a lot of major league teams. So I mean, I don't know. It's just, it really doesn't matter. I mean, obviously, if you're from a certain state, you obviously root for whatever team is from that state. So I'm not really, too concerned about it. But
That's true.
So, yeah.
That's true. You become loyal, like the Jets. I think it was 1968 since they were in the Super Bowl. It's 2015. I don't know. I think they maybe do a little better this year. I don't know. Let's hope.
What was the what's the exact topic that we're discussing?
Well, we're talking about what your biggest business problem is and how we can all mastermind that. And Chris, which he's not on, we got somebody else coming on too. I'm going to put them on also. He was telling us about how he is looking for a job. So Keith, what would your biggest business problem be?
Well, I mean, I've been pretty much unemployed for probably the last year or so. I have 2 bachelor degrees in information technology and communication. Been doing the live streaming thing for a while, since about March, since Meerkat came out. We're doing like a pop culture news show. I know a lot about the film industry. I know a lot about music. I know a lot about TV shows and sports. Wow. So I don't know. There's just a lot of useless, to me, it's useless information that I have stored up in my mind about a lot of different things in the entertainment world. But I don't know where I could use those skills to, actually get a job. So I don't know if anybody has any ideas on that. Anybody
you guys can type in too on the side. Heidi, do you have any ideas?
He's on the team. Hello. He wants to say something. Would you like to give him some advice?
I'm going to post my phone number in here. Call me and I'll talk to you about a job.
Okay.
Oh my gosh! And Pizza on the cheap. What is your name?
my name is Scott Silverstein, and I have one big problem right now.
What is that?
I need one partner. One partner to help me out in this project that I've been working on for 2 years.
What type of project is it? Are you allowed to say?
Well, that's questionable, but what I'm involved in and what I've developed is a network marketing organization in the wellness industry. And I don't promote the company and I don't promote the deal, but I'm looking for one partner.
So it's your own company?
No, I represent a company.
Okay.
I don't have the right to market that company unless I'm talking to someone on a one-to-one basis.
Oh, okay.
So if I can stimulate some curiosity here and get one partner, you'll solve my problem.
Where are you located? I'm sorry, what's your name again?
My name is Scott Silverstein, and I'm located in central Pennsylvania near Harrisburg.
Oh, okay.
And I use the handle on Twitter, Pizza on the Cheap, because I happen to believe that you can't eat cheap pizza and maintain your wellness. I happen to love good, healthy, gourmet pizza, and that's not about loading it up with pepperoni.
Yeah.
Wow. So you're a fan of pizza?
Well, I like pizza. I also like pasta, and I'm a vegan. I'm a board-certified vegan.
So where are you getting the pizza then? You're having vegan cheese put on your pizza?
Usually I don't even use cheese. I can spice it up and add tomato sauce and use vegetables and everything that I don't need the cheese. It's a tomato pie.
Wow. Okay. That's really interesting. My brother's a vegan. That's why I ask. And it's hard. I'm a vegetarian, but not a vegan. And he has a hard time, eating things out to dinner because there's not many vegan options.
Right. I'm going to
leave off the cheese.
I'm going to head out just for 1 second and give Chris back my seat.
Oh, yeah,
okay, Keith, before you go, Jaden Martin asked, how do you work with networking towards getting a job?
Oh, okay.
That's what I have a question over here, so I don't know if you want to answer that.
I don't want to be put on the spot, but let's see.
You're on the spot.
How do I work with networking towards getting a job? I mean, I go to job boards. I don't rely too much on LinkedIn. I've used LinkedIn in the past, but I don't know. It's just like seems like anybody can just put anything on there. Like they can say, oh, I did this, I did that. But then when you actually meet with somebody, how do you even prove that you even did all those things? Like, somebody can put like different skills on their LinkedIn profile and then just like get recommendations from people and just, I don't know, it just seems like it's not I don't know what other people's experiences are with LinkedIn, but I haven't really had too great of an experience with LinkedIn. So, I've just looked at pretty much just like go to direct companies' websites, and I don't even know if that's even a good idea because they get so many applications at once. So I don't know. I think that's where I'm struggling with,
I think you should be back on LinkedIn, Keith. I mean, LinkedIn is your ticket to getting in, especially in the industry you want to get into, because you can specifically target and get in with the niche that you want to get in with. You join similar groups of the people that you want to get in the film industry, entertainment industry, find the groups that they're in. And I've personally done this. Like I was mentioning before with my magazine, Addiction 911 magazine, I had no connections in the addiction industry. I am now connected to thousands of addiction professionals across the country, especially in South Florida, so much that I started my own networking luncheon every other month for Florida addiction professionals. And we get like 40 people come. And I have like a list of over thousands of them, email database. And I did that all from LinkedIn. And here I'm, if you look at my profile, it's about marketing, but I was able to get in with them because I strategically used LinkedIn. And connected, got in the groups and started, I'd say infiltrated the niche. And you could do the same thing with the entertainment industry. Just find the groups that you're in.
It just, it could even be, it doesn't even have to be like an entertainment job. It could be like social media it doesn't even have to be an entertainment industry. It could be like social media for any company that would have me. I have knowledge of a lot of different things. So I think it would be just,
Keith,
so.
I recommend a couple of things. I'd recommend you make a list of the top 10 companies you would like to work for. And then make a list of all the things you could bring to the table to those companies, the things that they could use. Then start doing what Christina says on LinkedIn. And someone mentioned about Twitter. Twitter is also I use Twitter a lot. I've gotten lots of business from Twitter. I know Christina doesn't use it like I do, but that's because I've been doing it since the beginning of time practically. So, I'm very strategic in who I follow and who I communicate with on Twitter. And I think that the thing is that most people, when they get on these social media sites, they have no plan. They have no strategy. So if you go on LinkedIn and you are like, you say hello to this person, you follow that person, you do all this stuff, but you don't have a strategy behind it, you're going to find it's not going to work. So your experience could have something to do with how you've been working it up to this point. And I'm not saying you've been doing it wrong. I'm just saying maybe take a look at it and see where you could, optimize your time so you're not spending lots of time, but you're really getting focused. Because those people are on LinkedIn, I believe for the most part that you can believe a lot of the things that people are saying. Sure, do people lie? I imagine they do. It's like anything. It's like a resume. When you send a resume, they say that like 80% of people's resumes are filled with some form of stretching or truth stretching or even lies. You know what I mean? So, you have to consider that when you're looking. If this person's too good to be true, probably they are. Yeah. I'm not saying that everybody is. I certainly don't lie on mine because I know too many people know me. Yeah. I've been around too long. And if I put something on there that wasn't true and someone says, hey, Heidi, you never did that, the only thing we have in life is our credibility and our reputation. And so I wouldn't do it. But when you're first starting out, I think a lot of people do that because they just want to, they may know they've got the experience, but without the stuff behind it, they think they're not going to get anywhere. And I think that's probably, a big problem people have. But don't look at the people you're looking for.
We have some comments over here, just on the sideboard here. Jaden Martin said, Keith, start creating content about your topics and distribute it, like articles. Good advice. Experts.com VIP says, when I get invites from those I don't know on LinkedIn, I usually don't accept. That's check the person out before you don't accept, because LinkedIn, they say, oh, only accept from people you know. The networking opportunities on LinkedIn, there's a lot of good people on LinkedIn. So before you just don't accept somebody, just go to their profile, make sure they're legit, and they may be somebody, really legit who's connected, a second degree connection. And it is all about networking. So I would say, that it would be a good idea to start, you'll expand your network, expert.com.
I just have a quick question. So as far as actually getting a job, what do you think would be the best online resource for doing that, or does it depend on what industry I'm targeting? Or
well, I mean, LinkedIn's known for jobs. That's the place people. When you go on LinkedIn, you'll see CEOs of companies, owners of companies, presidents of companies. Hands down, I would say that's right, Heidi. I mean, LinkedIn is the place to get hired because it's professionals on there, and there's even a lot of tools for job searches and stuff. The key is making, I said this before to Chris, it's your profile. You have to have like a kick-ass profile. You have to have a profile that people look at and they're like, wow. It may be worthwhile to upgrade your LinkedIn if you have the free account, to pay the money and upgrade to a higher account. They have different levels. So you could do more specific searches. But you want to have your background. You can have a graphic designer do something nice for your background with your photo and your phone number and email, and really make that profile. So if somebody's curious about you, they're going to check you out. Even people now, if you want a job interview, they're going to look at your LinkedIn profile. They're going to see if you have one. They're going to see if it's, and that's really going to make the difference in you getting hired. Would you agree with it?
Do you have any experience with like video resumes? I've seen those before too.
I personally don't, but if you can, since you're comfortable on video, you can actually, to film your own and put it up on LinkedIn, put it up as a Pulse article. Have it on YouTube, have something professional, put it, have it like, if when you go on LinkedIn, when you edit, you can add in certain sections of your profile, you can add video. So you can have slideshare.net. You could do a slide presentation about yourself and connect that to LinkedIn as well, which is a good place. The more of these type of things you have, the better.
Cool.
And the 10 companies that you want to work for, follow their business page, their company pages, because a lot of times that's where they're posting the job opportunities. Yeah. So, there's so many ways to find job opportunities. I mean, I'm sure you've probably considered headhunters and stuff. Don't discount them because there's some really good ones out there. Usually the company the fee. So if you could find a really good job through a headhunter, why not? I think the thing is, Christina's saying, is just put yourself out there everywhere you can. You just never know. People. So you really have to in front of the right people. Yeah. Did you have a comment, Steve, that you wanted? Scott, did you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I'd like to say that in how I would operate if I was looking for a job today, I wouldn't take advice. That would be the advice that I would take. I would do whatever works for you. Yeah, in all due respect, Christina and Heidi, put yourself out everywhere. You get so spread out. How are you going to manage all the responses? And well, you might want to go. All you really need to do is meet one person. You have to be there at the right time in the right place, and something clicks. And
well, that's true. I think though that you do have to put yourselves out there to find that one person, because it's sometimes like a needle in a haystack.
It is.
Chris, whatever. We all have our own perspective. I don't think we're giving advice. I think we're just saying some ideas that they could use, because first of all, I have never worked for anybody. I work for my clients, but I have never had a job where I've gotten a regular paycheck. And I've been in business for 34 years. So it's really hard for me to give advice on how to get a job. And I've been offered jobs when I wasn't looking for one, So I don't know. I'm not the right person to ask. And I don't think Christina is either, because we've both been entrepreneurs most of our lives.
I have been an entrepreneur for definitely for the last, 20, 25 years. But before that, when I was in my early 20s, I did have some, I did go for job interviews. And I think when you're on a job interview, having confidence, of course, dressing correctly, you really building yourself up self-esteem wise, where you have a killer resume, and nowadays having the great LinkedIn profile and being confident and going into that job interview will really help as well for the guys looking for jobs. And both of you, Keith and Chris, you're good looking guys, you're young, you're talented. I don't see any reason why you wouldn't be hired. I mean, if I had a company needed to hire you, Heidi, wouldn't you hire them? They're adorable. And they're cute. And they're cute.
Well, I don't know. America's Sicilian, so I'd have to be careful. The cute factor has to be kind of played down.
But definitely use it to your advantage, guys. Seriously, they say people, it's true though. People who, present themselves well are going to get hired over people who don't. People with personality and, who look good. So use that to your advantage. Do the videos, put them on your LinkedIn profile, really work that LinkedIn. I'm telling you, that is the place to get your job. Get in front of the decision makers in your industry that you want to work in. That's the final piece of advice for that. So I'm going to open this up now. I'm going to get you out of the seat too, Scott, so we can have some new people come in. Thank you so much.
Hey, thanks for letting me in. Hopefully someone will give me a call, because my problem is I need one more partner.
Okay, so guys,
my phone number's posted over there.
And his phone number is posted. Thank you, Scott. So before we've been on for quite a while now, over an hour. Is there anybody last minute here want to jump in? We're going to do this show every Tuesday at noon Eastern Standard Time. I still have some people here. We're like one person on Periscope. Thank you for watching us. We're going to Periscope it too. Which is, it's going to be a long Periscope. This is the longest Periscope I think I've ever done here. And also, I'm going to be putting a lot of these on Standout Online Club, Standout Online podcast that I have. Also, the audio will be put on there. So you're going to be, you jump in the hot seat here. You don't know, you're looking for a job, you have a business problem, you can promote yourself. You're going to get a lot of people who are going to be watching, and it could help. So last minute, anybody else want to jump into that open seat and tell us your business problem? Thanks for talking with me. It was great talking with you too. Thank you so much, Jaden. I'm looking at some of the comments here. So I guess everybody's probably a little tired. We've been blabbing for a long time. I think I'm Heidi, I'm really going to like this blabbing, because I like to talk, as you can see. So this is like my ultimate platform where I can just blab. This is fun.
Is it okay if I post my show? I'm going to start mine on Friday, the Entrepreneur Show. Okay, so I'm going to
tell us what you're saying.
It's really geared toward women and women's issues, but we are going to invite men to come in and give some great tips as well. So if anybody's interested in listening into the Entrepreneur Show, we'd love to have you on Friday at noon. It'll be on Fridays and Wednesdays, because we're interviewing the women who've been. I don't know if you got my email this morning, Christina. The women who've won the Golden Mouse Awards for this year. So then I'll interview. That'll be my first 15 interviews. And then when we're through with that, we'll start interviewing some of the past honorees. So we have almost 80 now. So yay, I'm so excited. So it's going to be more of an interview style, but we will certainly take questions. It won't be a mastermind like this, but I really love this. Christina, you're brilliant. Thank you.
This is my Golden Mouse Award
that
I won in 2013. From Heidi from Women in E-Commerce. I keep it right on my desk.
You got the Social Media Leader of the Year 2 years ago, right, Christine?
2013. It was quite an honor.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And so, that's a great show to watch. And we're going to be doing this show next Tuesday again. I haven't started it yet. I'm going to have an Addiction 911 show, which is going to be a totally different topic for questions people have, and bringing on experts with the field of addiction. So we want to thank everybody for being here today. We are starting our Business Mastery Mastermind.com, which is a monthly mastermind program where we can, give you some really specific advice, and you get to know a lot of people and mastermind. So you can check that out. My personal website, standoutontheweb.com. Heidi, your personal website, you want to shout out?
Mine is redheadmarketinginc.com.
You're going to remember
that,
right? With red hair. You can't forget that. So wonderful. Well, thank you guys so much. We really enjoyed speaking with you guys today. Let me say hello to everybody else here. Okay, wonderful. Thank you for following. Make sure to follow us. We're going to go back.
We're going to try to follow
everybody back.
You. Thanks.
And okay, so this is wonderful. I'm going to
So I'm just trying to figure out how to follow all these people.
And thank you guys so much for all the love.
Don't close your. Christina, can we follow them after the show closes?
If you want to follow anybody, you're going to see, if you click on your profile here on Blab, you'll see your following and followers. So you go look through your followers and just click on the little the little button next to them, and you'll be following them. So you don't have to do it while you're on the screen here. You could do it afterwards.
Excellent. Great. Well,